All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. We have a contender! Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, but we're gonna have some fun. Unfortunately, I lost my octopus, or at least we're no longer companions as we once were. Now the companion mechanic has been nerfed where it costs 3 mana to take it from your companion zone into your hand. That has not actually taken effect because I'm playing this before the ban has actually gone ahead on June 4th. This will be coming out a day earlier. So I'm going to be skipping basically or skipping any games that I run into that are still using companions or using Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention. And I'll probably have like a counter up somewhere to showcase how many matches I've had to skip, just so you guys know how often it's still happening for this day, because I'll put this up about 24 hours before the effect will take place, right? So anyway, I do think that this version of GYRUDA is actually really powerful, and in some cases almost better than it was before, except for the idea that you had a free extra card in hand, which was, I'm so glad that's done for. Like that was way too broken. I do think that the nerf of having it be 3 mana to bring into your opening hand, GYRUDA could work with, where if you are ramping up and you haven't been able to find a GYRUDA throughout the rest of your deck, it's nice to know that it's 3 mana to tutor up your main combo piece. So that is actually a kind of cool thing, that you could play this in the companion zone and tutor up your GYRUDA for 3 mana and then play it. I feel like it wasn't worthwhile because you still have to meet the companion restriction, which is starting your deck. The starting deck contains only cards with even converted mana costs. And I think that the odd converted mana cost things that we've been able to add here actually add a lot to the deck, even if there's not that many of them. The Arboreal Grazer is huge for this deck because it works so well to help us get out extra lands, get us to GYRUDA quicker, and it works great with Charming Prince and Thassa's Deep Dwelling if we have a bunch of extra lands in the early turns, which that's when we want to be getting extra lands on the battlefield for GYRUDA. I've seen that in play, testing this out, and it actually worked really well. Having Arboreal Grazer come back down with Charming Prince, just to ramp up 1 extra turn to get to 4 mana or 6 mana a little bit quicker, is really nice. And then we also get a couple copies of Repudiate and Replicate, which create the ability to counter target activated ability or triggered ability is actually really nice on the Repudiate side of this. And then Replicate is just another copy for our GYRUDA, so that we have a little bit more pieces in our deck that we can be holding up as counter spells, kind of. But we can also be able to copy our GYRUDA and get the combo going again on a later turn. Also, we brought in Elspeth Conquers Death. I'm not sure that's the best card right now. I really don't know where the meta is, and so you might want something that's a little bit more early game interaction, something at 3 mana. But I have 2 Shadow Disguise, and we are putting a lot of bodies onto the battlefield throughout this deck's existence, throughout the gameplay on this deck. And so I have lost to some aggro matchups here and there, but it's usually because they're doing damage beyond just attacking in, where we're able to do quite a bit of, have a lot of blockers up for it. So Elspeth Conquers Death, I think will help with like hitting the occasional Brood Moth, which I think is going to make a little bit of a comeback here now that companions are gone. Now that you don't steal 2 permanents on turn 5 consistently, who would have thought that would be bad? What? Anyway, I'm really glad that of the bans and everything. Life is great. But yeah, Elspeth Conquers Death, it's just a really good catch-all. It brings us back our GYRUDA as well. So it's a really good card. It's going to be great in here. And otherwise, you guys have probably seen quite a bit of the GYRUDA deck before. We have our Arboreal Grazer, Paradise Druid. So first off, I haven't even touched on the GYRUDA ability here. If you guys haven't played with companions before, haven't seen the GYRUDA side of it. So whenever this enters the battlefield, each player mills the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard, and then you get to put a creature with even converted mana cost from among those cards onto the battlefield under your control. So we were able to use this not having it in the companion zone, so we're not because the arena hasn't switched over yet. The only way to play this without breaking the rules as they are now is to not have it in the companion zone. I do think that you could end up playing this companion, take out the 1 drops, the 5 drops, whatever, and still have a decent deck, but I don't think it's going to be. I actually think you lose a lot of ramp with your Arboreal Grazer, and hitting our 4 copies of GYRUDA by turn 4, turn 5 is actually pretty consistent still. So I really like this. But basically what we're trying to do is get a lot of creatures that we can bring over. The idea is to spark double our GYRUDA to have the trigger again. Thassa's Oracle, Thassa's Deep Dwelling, our GYRUDA have it happen again. I have one copy of Thassa's Oracle in the deck because we can get it out earlier and then Thassa Deep Dwelling to bounce it at the end step, bring it back in. And there's, with the amount of GYRUDAs that we can have on the battlefield with a lot of blue mana pips, we can actually get this up to like 12, 13 devotion to blue, which is almost enough to close out games all in one turn if we end up going off with our GYRUDA over and over and over again, and we don't have the chance to win necessarily on the next turn. So we can have like an immediate win combo in the deck if everything goes perfectly. That doesn't happen all the time, so otherwise we have things like Enraged Forerunners and just a bunch of 6/6s and 7/7s on the battlefield with our Spark Double getting an extra counter onto it, is enough to win games as well. So that's what our main game plan is there. So that's it. You guys have seen this deck. Let's go ahead and jump into gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. All right, so we are playing in free play, and I have my skip counter up because we're probably going to be running into it here and there. I decided to play in free play because I'm hoping that we won't see banned cards quite as much, because there's a reason it's banned. They're really good. So we're going to keep this, and we'll see what happens. All right, no bad stuff yet. That's a great sign. All right, breeding pool, tap, pass the turn. We're probably just gonna try to ramp as much as we can. I guess Paradise Druid is nice, but utilizing Growth Spiral as ramp is nice when we know we actually have land in our hand. It's always a kind of a hard thing because that's semi-instant ramp, where Paradise Druid you have to wait a turn for it to actually be ramp. So it can slow things down a little bit. All right, we're up against flash stuff. Oh, this may not be good for us. Down to 19. I think ramping is just our best plan though, and drawing cards while we can. Actually, do we just want more mana? Because then we get to Growth Spiral twice next turn, draw 2 cards, hopefully find our lands. We could also Charming Prince and Paradise Druid on the next turn if we hit our land. We're gonna go Paradise Druid. I'm really in between on which one is better there. I'd love to hear down in the comments below what you guys think is the best. I'm thinking that overall being able to make sure that this doesn't have to wait a turn before it's usable is nice. Being able to play 2 Growth Spirals is also going to be pretty nice. Not as likely to get countered here. Another tap land. So we will Growth Spiral now. All right, so we don't get an untapped land, unfortunately. So we'll go Temple of Mystery. See what we hit on top. Spectral Sailor comes down. That's cool, that's cool. A Boreal Grazer. I don't think at this point it matters as much. We just want to hit our land drops. And that's right, we still have another land. Right, oh, I forgot about that. I'm an imbecile. All right, we're gonna grab our planes, so we have 2 of each thing. We'll probably go for Charming Prince here, just to scry. We could Growth Spiral to try to hit another land, but we also don't have GYRUDA at the moment, so let's go ahead and try to scry for GYRUDA or a land. So scry 2. We'll go for untapped land here, hopefully into GYRUDA, and pass the turn. Enraged Forerunners is pretty nice, where we can just have a bunch of creatures. We can Spark Double the Enraged Forerunners if we ramp up like crazy. I guess we're a ways away from that still. Incubation. Is this a Winota deck? I think this is a Winota deck. Winota is interesting. I could Thassa's Oracle just to see what we can find on top. Then our Growth Spiral can get it into our hand immediately, just in case they have a way of shuffling up. We also can just attack in pretty aggressively as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's attack in. We're down to 14 though. Maybe just gaining the life isn't terrible here either. Scry 2 and then draw. I guess that's the best thing. We could also Spark Double the Thassa's Oracle and really dig for what we want here. Gain 3 life every turn. That's not bad. Really is not. But it's not a GYRUDA, huh? I think we go for the Thassa's Oracle, though. It lets us actually be able to have a shot against this deck. Growth Spiral, we know, doesn't do much here. Spark Double, though, what do we really want to be putting that onto? I could Spark Double onto the Enrace Forerunners. I think that we just pass the turn and we draw at instant speed. I mean, we're able to race, at least with how they have things right now. I'm assuming that this is a Winota deck because they're running the incubation. Maybe they could be using that as a way to dig for Sephara. That's actually not a bad idea, honestly. That's one of the biggest issues, is that you tend to play a lot of stuff but don't have a chance to actually find the Sephara that you're looking for. This is not the Sephara you're looking for. Feels like they have a counter of sorts. Probably a Quench, though, if they do have anything. So we're going to go ahead and play it out. You can pay for Quench. Attack in with Paradise Druid. No, I think we'll just play out another one. Try to get to this Enrace Forerunners. Swing in. Okay, down to 16. Paradise Druid. If they have a Quench, I'm fine getting it out of their hand now. Okay. Are we at a place where we need to be gaining life? If they have I don't think so. I think we just scry too. I guess the Thassa's Oracle is better for scrying, though. Do I want to be utilizing the life gain while I can versus anything else? I should have Thassa's Oracle instead. It's a better version of the scry. Raise the alarm. Very Miscreant. All right, this is definitely a Winota deck. They're just missing all of the land drops. It's like a Winota deck that also plays a ton of... maybe it is just blue-white tokens. Or blue-white go-wide. All right, let's scry. There's our GYRUDA. Now do we just want to hold on to the Spark Double? Can almost turn on Thassa Deep Dwelling as well. Let's go ahead and copy the Charming Prince. My goodness gracious. Let's gain 3 life. We already know we're pretty well set up with how we want to be. No attacks. Blink the Charming Prince, gain 3 more life. Slow them down a ton and a half. Still stuck on 2 lands. Man, that's brutal. All right, now I don't feel bad at all. We're definitely getting just fine.
Right on schedule.
All right, bounces Thassa. Yeah, that's fine. We have 2 of them. We have how much mana? 8. We actually have Enrace Forerunners, and can that win? We have to tap these guys down. I think we wait another turn for that. So go GYRUDA. Go GYRUDA. Bam, 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 ba-da-boom. I think we go Spark Doubly. It did the GYRUDA. We got another one, so sweet. Yeah, another Spark Double. It's a pretty decent turn, you know. Doing everything at to Fairy here. We really don't want them to have an instant speed board wipe. We're going to want them to do it automatically on their turn, if we can make that happen. And then just, we'll see here what ends up happening. Winota, oh my goodness. All right, do they have Agent of Treachery? Are they one of those people that plays Agent of Treachery? We're going to count it as a scoop if they do. This is so many triggers. All right, all the Winotas. That's not too bad of a triggers. They have Agent. All right. We're counting this. I'm going to show this one, but this is counting as a skip count. All right, have to scoop this one. Hey, we found someone without a companion. Let's see if they also aren't running Agent of Treachery or Fire's Invention. You'd think it would be that difficult to only touch those cards, but you never know. All right, keeping this. We have Growth Spiral. We have some early game plays that are pretty nice. We will keep a land. Love it. And yeah, let's move on. Sorry, guys. I'm in a weird mood, in case you didn't notice. Idle on a Philosophy. Under my umbrella. Pass the turn. I'm going crazy. Unsummons their Eidolon of Philosophy. Okay. I mean, that's a cool thing that you can do, I suppose. Alrighty then. Bonus scoops it up. We're either gonna run into like these kinds of players or people with decks that are banned. All right, no turn 1, turn 2 play. We're gonna scoop this up, especially with a lot of things we'd rather just be hitting with our GYRUDA. Skip that up. Oh, I almost hit keep on accident. Game mulligan. Turn 2 Growth Spiral with no guaranteed lands. We can't even go digging for a white mana for the Growth Spiral. I mean, I don't want to mulligan to 5 though, so we're going to keep this. Like, this can go right still. Drop the Spark Double. Just pray. Stable Passage, pass the turn. We have to dig for blue mana. Hopefully we don't find more on top. I mean, well, I'd be fine with it too. Grab the blue. Dude, I love these Godzilla lands, by the way. They are sweet. What are the odds of them having counter spells for this? We really can't have this countered. Well, let's go main phase Growth Spiral. If we don't hit land here, we'll wait around for like maybe 1 or 2 more turns. Oh. You don't say. Rude person. Uro would also be a decent card in this deck because even if it does get milled, you can also bring it back. That honestly might be the better take for the Elswith Conquers Death card. Yeah, we're in trouble. Actually, that might be the perfect inclusion. We may go ahead and change that here in just a second. Yeah, we're going to concede. There's no way that we can actually come back in that game with just what they've got set up. I'm assuming they're actually probably another GYRUDA deck. So, yeah. Well, no. Are you going to be a good person? For the love. Shame. All around me are familiar faces. Worn out places. Worn out faces. We have a contender. And a kind of good hand. I'll keep it. I mean, a turn 2 Arbor Grazer is not the worst in the world. We have a lot of pieces that we do want. Lands are things that we want. We're running 26, I think, in the deck. We could probably... There's definitely an argument to be said that we need to be running 27, but we have a lot of ways to ramp, a lot of ways to be digging for lands. So I feel like 26 is pretty good here. I also tend to run less lands than most people do, just because it's more my play style. But we get to see the Arbor Grazer into Charming Prince gameplay here. It's beautiful. Pure brilliance, I dare say. Okay, sorry guys. We get to do it twice next turn if we find untapped land. Oh wait, I keep forgetting I can play that. So we need green mana. I guess I should wait. Anyway, oh well. That's fine, that's fine. Because I could have used the Field Passage to grab 2 of them. And we actually want to be drawing lands, so thinning our deck wasn't the best play there. I'm definitely an imbecile. So if you find another land here... Alright, now it just makes sense just to Charming Prince, Arboreal Grazer. Let's see, is there anything else we can do with that? Not really. Oh, well then. Scry 2. Growth Spiral. This does ramp us up. That is ramp. We like ramp. Ramp is grand. Gross Battle does nothing, though. Is that better than just lands, though? I mean, it is ramp. It is kind of a land. We're going to play it. Force Field Passage I don't have to use till later. And we will pass the turn. No reason to be playing out Oboro Grazers right now. If they do have some sort of ward wipe and then play creatures, I'd like to have a blocker available. Pass to my turn. Find a blue source is land. We will attack in. Down to 18. Paradise Druid. And please no board wipes. I'm hoping this is like a Niv-Mizzet deck. So technically, if we blink our Charming Prince here and have that one scry, we basically get another blocker. Definitely tons of value that's really needed at the moment. Nope, not land, not land. Untapped land is all we desire. So now that we've seen the top of our deck after the Paradise Druid as well, so it is Niv-Mizzet. Luckily, I do think that we can kind of race this deck, even with crazy amounts of value, because we get so much value on one turn. They will get Garruk on the next turn, though. That's not great. So we're just going to have to win and stuff, you know? Oh, we hit nothing. Oops. All right. No attacks then. Wowzers. I found all of our lands. I know where they're at now. Man, that was rude. All right, so I'm assuming they just bring out Garruk, kill GYRUDA. Because if we can't have the ability to use it, we only have one card left in hand. Excuse you. Jeepers. This is rude. Oh, and we found a Spark Double. Excuse you again, man. I could Spark Double the Paradise Druid. Because we have to hit our land drop still. We have to have 6 mana to even have a shot, and so like our only chance of coming back in this game now, I believe, is if we find a GYRUDA on top here. If they have another Casualties of War, I'm gonna be a little bit angry. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'm a little bit angry. All right, one more chance. That does bring back GYRUDA. It kind of helps out in a lot of ways. We have to wait a turn for them to do a bunch of crazy stuff, though. I'm gonna keep it. It's definitely not amazing or anything, but pass the turn. If they have a third Casualties of War, we're probably gonna skip this one because that's just ridiculous. The fact that they just cracked the Fable Passage feels like to me they ran into a land and they probably have a few too many lands than they want. Otherwise, there's not really a reason to crack the Fable Passage. I mean, other than thinning the deck, at this point you probably don't need any more lands, so might as well. But that felt like a land drop to me and they recognize that now. Oh, just a Kenny boy. Swing in. So we could kill Kenrith here. We can block 3 points of damage with Grazer. Grazer's not going to do anything else the rest of this game. I guess we can wait until Kenny Boy's gone. We only need 5 mana. We can get rid of this. Yeah, I think that we just kill Kenny Boy. That seemed like a really greedy attack to me. The fact that they lost the Kenny Boy that quickly. So Elspeth Conquers Death, we could hit Chromatic Lantern. I don't think that really hurts him now. Garuk comes back and is annoying. Or Garuk comes out. I think we just have to hit Emisizzle. Just for a life total sake. Because if we can slow the game down, we may have a shot just by having a really, really big board. If this hits GYRUDA, does awesome cool things, then awesome cool things are pretty cool and awesome. You know? Oh man. Why do you guys watch this stuff? Don't leave though. Don't leave. Oh, come on now. We'll play this as a blocker, I suppose, past the turn. We have 6 mana, so now we can GYRUDA off the top and GYRUDA from the graveyard. That's a lot of GYRUDA. Okay, I'm not skipping this one just yet, but it will go onto the skip counter. As far as just like, this is the counter's more about how many dumb people there are still playing dumb stuff, you know? Like, really, why? Is this like the last chance to play it, and so it's a good hurrah? Just gonna block the damage while we can. Those guys really do nothing for us at all after this point. Seriously, Fire's of Invention?
Sorry,
Alright.
late.
Balances Elfless Conquer's Death.
That's more like
I'm
it.
pretty sure, didn't they play Hydro Crisis? That was the last turn. Rude. All right, we're up against Mr. Sauce. No companion. We have a shot. Oh, we got a mulligan though. I'm trying to think of like what abilities Repudiate can really be helping with. There are a few. We get quite a bit of ramp this hand. We'll keep it on the draw especially. So drop the Spark Double. We can actually use that to get to 6 mana. But a Royal Grazer, Ardenvale, hopefully hit a land along the way. And then we can Paradise Druid, do the awesomeness. Because that's what I'm all about, man. The awesomeness. All right, if we can have 2 lands here. We find blue mana. Ooh. All right, they got to take GYRUDA. Yeah. Because there's a chance that we just don't run into it and all of our ramp does nothing but ramp. Just like lame. I'm going to send the message. That's right, friend. Thanks. I even call him friend. Mr. Sasha should know better, though. Alrighty. We're going to Grow Spiral. Draw them cards. This is going to get countered. Mystical Dispute. Tid. Land is grand. Land is grand. I'm sorry, guys. I certainly am weird. All right, and get to swing in. Yeah, we'll send the Grazer. Down to 16. Friend. Oh, man. Do you guys do this when you're just playing by yourself? I know that this is a thing I do because I have to talk to myself as I'm playing all the time. Like, in case you didn't notice, no one is behind the camera. It's just me talking in my room. My son's in the other room trying to sleep, and I'm probably annoying him as well. But boy, is this fun sometimes, you know? You probably don't know. But man, it's weird. All right, Scry 2, give me the GYRUDA. No, pass the turn. I mean, we have a 2-turn clock on the board. They have to start playing something. We have Castle Ardenvale online. So we do have a clock to come back for the Rude. Table Passage. Pass the turn. We need more blue mana. All right, Castle Ardenvale. We are going to activate this. We probably had GYRUDA right on top, and I just messed it all up, but, you know. Done messed it up. Down to 11, pass the turn. No reason to play out lands now. We have the 6 that we need. I'd rather hold up like the chance we might have something else in hand. Nightmare Shepherd. What ho? A foe? How dare he? Oh my goodness gracious. 8 balls of fire. That's a lot of lands. Do we swing in for 1 point of damage? Probably not. I think we wait until we have 3 creatures. I think at that point we could start racing them. But if they put out a couple more creatures themselves, like Nightmare Shepherd feels like a thing that plays lots of things. Alright, pass the turn. Definitely not going to win the race if I'm just swinging it with a 1-1. Or just losing a 1-1, rather. Rude. I should be waiting till end step. That was definitely misplayed. Don't follow Jeffrey. It's a terrible thing to do. Oh, man. I think we grab... Doesn't really matter. More of the blue. Really? Really now. I'm going to play it as like fodder for the Priest of Forgotten Gods and as a blocker for the Nightmare Shepherd. I mean, if you thought I'd forgotten about that. Because it triggered, it showed that I had something, so he already knew about it. Attack in. Yeah, that's right. Down to 7. I mean, that is a lower life total. We could run into an end race Forerunners and win. I'm just saying. It's a thing I could do. So I think just because of that, we have to stick this game out until the end. Which, I mean, is going to come pretty quick, unfortunately. All right, Priest of Forgotten Gods or Nightmare Shepherd. So now they have... Is that an infinite loop with this? Not infinite, but they can do it each turn. Semi-infinite. Or I guess not over and over again. Yeah, so we'll block with Nightmare Shepherd. I think that that's better than taking the 4 here. Create a toke. And raise Forerunners. That's actually pretty good against Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Unfortunately, we're also basically dead next turn. Gonna take 7. Not 7. 9. And they get to sack twice. Do 2 more points of damage. We get to counter that, luckily. Spark double. Can't stop that triggered ability. I mean, we still have pretty close to win, I think, with Enrace Forerunners, so we're gonna hold off just a little bit longer. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna auto pay that, and then we're gonna counter it. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, good game. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna keep this hand. We keep having pretty decent hands, and I just happen to be running up against people that are playing like good things. That's just rude. How dare they play good things? Healer's Hog. All right, we're gonna Growth Spiral. No extra lands for the rude. The best draw here would be any kind of untapped white source, so we can get Paradise Druid, Charming Prance, Scry, and hopefully hit that untapped land to get GYRUDA right away. That is not the right color. The question here is, do we hold up Repudiate at all? I think that in case we need another land, we can also just copy a Paradise Druid. So we're gonna play this tapped past the turn. If we hit untapped land, we can Charming Prince, and then replicate the Paradise Druid to guarantee the GYRUDA mana. All right, scry. Oh, get yourselves out of here, friends. Replicate Paradise Druid. Pass the turn. Now we get GYRUDA online for next turn as long as the other Paradise Druid survives, which with what they're playing, I think it's kind of unlikely that they have anything else. What's the worst thing here? Like a Heliod? Start putting counters onto this fella? I mean, the worst thing is... Oh, that's pretty bad. In fact, it's almost worthwhile just to Elspeth Conquers Death instead here, just to get rid of that. Actually, I think that's a good play here. So we get rid of their Archon of Sun's Grace. GYRUDA for the next turn. We will attack in. If they want to trade with Healer's Hawk, that's totally fine. I think the biggest issue is if they go wide. Going wide, if they have enough ways to create a bunch of Pegasus, they would kill us before we get to kill them with our creatures with GYRUDA. And so I'm trying to go for the actual win here. The other side of it too is that Elspeth Conquers Death, the second ability will start affecting all of their auras that they can play for the next turn. As well as we can immediately have any additional things that we played out that didn't work here for the next turn as well. Oh, he meant to attack it. Yeah, that was in his play. Did I miss stuff? Well, we're going with Archon of Sun's Grace. There we go. Again, keeping creature in here so that we can hit it with Elspeth Conquers Death. A little bit frustrated that we didn't get better than that. Swinging with Paradise Druid. Actually hoping for it to get blocked here and killed. Or Elspeth Conquers Death purposeth. Sorry, guys. I'm a weirdo. Deal with it. Yeah, if we can have Charming Prince come in, that's another an additional trigger for GYRUDA, which would be sweet. I think we got this one, fellas. Right, I always address all of you guys as men. If there are women out there, please let me know in the comments below. I just know that YouTube tells me that there's like 2% of you guys that are women. And so that's why I typically address the men, but I do know that there are lady folk out there. But yeah. All right, what you got there, sir? I wonder if everyone is just timing out these kinds of cards, GYRUDA and such. What do you hit? Elspeth Conquers Death? That's not very good. Archon of Sun's Grace? Oops. Ooh, and a replicate. Let's put counter onto that. What do we want on the top? We do want Thassa. How much mana do we have? So we can Spark Double and Replicate. So I think that's better than going for the GYRUDA. Archon of Sun's Grace is also pretty nice. Thassa lets us just hit more things. And we can also, if we go off like crazy here, we can also just go for the Thassa's Oracle. So replicate. I guess it's Spark Double. Oh, I guess it creates a copy, an exact copy of whatever it is. A Charming Prince. Exile GYRUDA. Yeah, no attacks. So I think we let Charming Prince resolve first, and we try to target, let's see, 34. Do I just go for the damage side of it, or do I try to go for the Thassa or Thassa's Oracle win? I can do that on the next turn. And if I blink this right now, we will have the GYRUDA come back first. So GYRUDA comes back. I think this is the better play. If we do mill ourselves out, though, that's going to be really weird. All right, blink that, bring it back. Copy this fella. Gain some life. Actually, not too shabby here. I think we missed again. Lame. All right, Pride Mate, gain some life, throw the dork, pass the turn. We got a decent board out of that turn. You know, as far as everything is concerned, that wasn't too shabby. Oops, move the mic, makes the number look weird. Sorry, folks. There we go. Alright, down to 10. And then board wipe. Everyone's got to have the board wipe. It's a cool thing to do nowadays. Conclave Tribunal hits what? Thassa's Oracle? Don't think we have another answer for that. Actually, I don't think we found another one. Oh, we're so close. Alright, GYRUDA. Keep that one. Things die. Gain life. Make Pride Mate bigger. How close are we to actually milling ourselves out now? Okay, we're going to go down to 13 cards left. All right, there we go. We got the Thassa. Life is grand. Swing them all in. Hold back Thassa's Oracle. I believe our devotion is 11 right now. Ooh. So I don't think we actually kill him on this turn. We should definitely be able to... Really just blocking a Charming Prince? This is a lot of damage. I think they've got to be worried about the damage in this. Alright, they gain 10 life. That's a thing I did not expect to have happen. Target blocking creature gets +7/+7 until end of turn. Wowza. Let's see. That can copy anything here though, so I think we bring back another GYRUDA. I mean, creating another indestructible thing could have been pretty nice there as well. Would have been pretty hard for them to beat. All right, we can do this one more time. Actually, now I think we go for Thassa's Oracle. And that should be game. At 0, and bam. Thassa's Oracle win. All right, so we played 7 games and had to skip 4 times. Here it is. And that's awkward. That's really not that great. I just realized I only had to point at my mic. I'm a doofus sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. But overall, this deck is super fun. I think that in the spirit of trying to not do ban stuff, that this is definitely a deck that can do really well still. The GYRUDA side of it is really good. I would like to see if it's better to be playing some early game stuff. Like, I think that the Uro was the #1 thing that would have been good to bring in here, because we don't care as much about making sure everything is perfect to hit. We know the best things to hit are Spark Double, Charming Prince, and other GYRUDAs basically, or like an Enraged Foreigners to finish the game. Well, the nice thing is that if we're milling over things that don't matter, we might as well put them into our graveyard and be able to use them. So escape cards are really nice there, where we could just, you know, bring a bunch of things back, or exile escape an Uro, gain some life, draw more cards, try to keep our combo going. So I definitely think Uro needs to come in. Where it takes its place, I'm not really sure. I like having the Shadow Disguise, but maybe we can even cut a couple of these. Maybe the couple of Elspeth Conqueror's Death for 3 to 4 copies of Uro, and that actually might work out pretty well in this deck. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And tomorrow we're going to be back with some actual normal content where we're not having a bunch of this crap happening. All right, see you guys later, and bye-bye. Thank you.